Team, are you ready?
Talk.
Yes,
Start.
start the clock.
Team, begin.
I'm excited, glad, and happy. My guard is kind of snappy.
No, I'm not.
A good happy ending. So despite all his rebukes and his unforgiving looks,
What?
Mary Celeste, can't you see us lounging round on the Lido deck? Sipping on a fizzy orange drink. Playing, I love to make you happy. Oh, please don't look so sappy.
But you called me ugly.
I just might have to think for happy endings.
Look, my life's devoted to you, but why do we have to be friends?
Because we're around each other like 24/7.
It's not my job to be your friend.
It is now.
There's never enough time in the world, is there, my red-feathered friend?
8 minutes is never enough time for a proper show, isn't it?
Luckily for us, we have a solution. I step through our usual song and dance with my magical staff. And swipe, your time is mine and all that jazz.
But shouldn't we be getting ready for a 9:30 for my tonight? Smart.
Right, but hold up.
Oh, what is it?
Those two over there that just bored. One's a princess and the secret. Haven't you read any fairy tales? Princesses can smell them. Look at that sudden cat. And look at her guard. He no trouble when he sees it. Just look at that determined scowl. They might blow our whole kit. You have to help me distract them.
I need some time to think of something up.
Well, we've got plenty of that.
Wow, these welcome word pamphlets are so big and bulky. I knew this was a good idea.
Do we have to dance all the way up here? My knees are really sore.
Yeah, but this is no welcome word pamphlet. Pay attention, I'll read out loud. Yesterday, my chronometer stopped functioning. Now it feels like something else is wrong. Oh, I'm confused by yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not the captain I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly.
Your time is mine.
Wow, this diary is such a downer. I wonder what happened.
Oh, please don't say it.
This is certainly no happy ending. We've got a mission to accomplish. Find out what happened to this poor captain's crew. And this diary is our first clue.
But we don't even know them. Why do you care?
Well, everyone deserves to have a happy ending.
Look.
There goes a heron flying by like always. If only it could help me out. Hello, Brady. How are you now this fine evening?
I'm fine, princess. So what are you up to in this fine vessel?
I'm trying to find a chronometer to find out what happened to this poor captain's crew.
Huh? Where'd you get that kook idea from? Huh?
This log right here.
I seem to find all our karaoke songs tonight. Yes, we're having a very somber theme, you know? If you hurry, you won't be late.
I would not trust that bird, princess.
Oh, come on. You didn't trust anything, did you? I'm sure your singing voice is amazing. Come on now. You don't want to be late.
Hello and welcome to Karaoke Night, Judges and Guests, where we shake our tail feathers and move our beats to our favorite 1800 pop songs. First up, it's a princess. Oh, and her guard.
Thank you, thank you. I didn't know we were meant to be somber tonight, although I do have something in mind. One. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Somberly, 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 life is a hopeless aspiration for dreams. Why are you singing?
Because guards don't sing. Ugh, time?
It's still 9:13. Yeah.
Time for one more. Rain, rain, stay right there. I can wait another day to do my work. That's just fine. I'll stay here and cry, cry, cry.
Woo and cool and cool.
Now, we really need to get going.
Please, I'm no spontaneous judge, but it's still 9:13.
Still 9:13. Wait a minute.
No.
The broken chronometer. This means the mechanism distracted me from mischief the entire time. And he even lied about that log having any importance and made it about karaoke instead. I can't believe I fell for it. Maybe it's because I was too busy babysitting my babysitter.
Hey.
Hey, we found the second clue, the broken chronometer. And it seems like the captain's name has been scratched out with some orologio fellow.
Huh. My lifelong research in Italian tells me that means clocks.
Interesting, but I think it's time we find more evidence.
Well, do you have any ideas, detective?
Of course. Remember Snow White? If it worked for the evil queen, it should work for me too. Mirror, mirror, not on the wall. Where's the last clue to solve it all?
Well, I bet that mirror will just magically help us find the next clue, won't it?
Oh, look, it's glinting off of something over there.
Well, that's stand corrected. Now that's an Odyssey level plot device.
It seems to be the persistence of Orologio Stallone time by Salvador O'Mare.
Well, what could that mean?
Painting knows best. Gander at this painting. We're aboard an odd cruise ship. Painting knows best. Take a closer look at what's in the background. A ship. These melted clock hands. Direction of the clock hands. Look at where they're pointing at. A man.
Wow, you got all of that out of one painting?
Yep.
All right, Miss Holmes, tell me what all of this means. I don't speak gibberish like those omers from Problem 5.
Well, it seems like the figure in the back is our suspect. And he really likes clocks. Okay, so maybe I don't have it all figured out, but this painting is definitely our third clue. I think it's time to confront this Orologio fellow.
Well, where can we find him?
The karaoke room? Doesn't he have a show later tonight?
Indeed I do. You best give me back that chronometer, you dame.
Not until I find out what happened to that poor captain's crew. You best be prepared for a daunting as heck, Jade.
Oh yeah? Well, if there's a prize for acting judgment, I guess you're about to win that. No mystery here anyways, hon. I'm just a performer on this cruise ship.
Who'd you think you're kidding? Then why did you scratch your name in the captain's chronometer?
He gave it to me as a gift. You can ask my Heron.
Heron was the reason why I got distracted.
No chance, no way. You have nothing on me.
You tick, you talk, why deny it? Uh-oh.
Tempo change. Be my guest. Be my guest. Put your knowledge to the test.
Look at the clocks around your neck to be suspicious nonetheless. They must be from the crew, and I have the captains too. See those letters? They're initials. Don't believe me? Check the logbook. The chronometer shows the time they died. Come on and see the clues. You've seen them all before, and don't forget the painting. You stole their time, I suggest.
And I've been doing this for hundreds of centuries. Even the long shotters have tried to challenge me. It never works. You see, you detectives have this marvelous deductive reasoning, but any other bravado actually stop me. Hey!
G-U-A-R-D.
The jig is up, you elderly tyrant. I've got this so-called bravado, and this cruise ship is canceled.
So what now? I had all this great and ominous stuff to show. Like, look! I even had a maniacal laughter bit.
Well, maybe you could try to spend your time more wisely.
Well, if I was to spend my time more wisely, I'd open up a charity for washed up sailors. Now I think about it, that's not a terrible idea. Well, I'd love to show you all the great and charitable stuff I'll be doing, but unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Our team decided to use one box to store our entire solution. We loved the concept of having a box instead of a box, but we also wanted to be innovative. So we created two four-sided boxes, each with two faces missing on opposite sides. We had one box smaller than the other so that it could slide inside the bigger box to create one 21-inch sided cube, which gives us the most volume. We took great advantage of having two four-sided boxes in our set change. As we start our performance, the box starts off as shipping crates on the main deck. But as we change to our karaoke scene, the two boxes are stacked on top of each other to create the karaoke machine.
Our Princess Detective character's dress features over 1,000 handmade origami butterflies that were hand-painted and carefully placed in a pattern. From afar, the butterflies create a fabric-like effect, but once you get closer, you can see each individual paper butterfly that was glued on. There are also butterflies in our character's accessories, as well as her earrings, her hair clips, and crown. The idea was to make a bigger butterfly out of many tiny ones. There is an ancient Japanese legend that if someone folds 1,000 origami butterflies, their wish will be fulfilled, granting them a happy ending. The 1,000 origami butterflies on our princess represents her wish to help all of those so that they can get their happy endings.
The mystery we are solving is what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste. They had their time stolen and were turned into clocks by Orologio, the timekeeper. This is acted out in our physical representation with the captain's log recalling what happened historically to make the physical representation more dynamic. Orologio, the shadow behind the crew, spins his staff and exclaims, "Your time is mine." A red veil then covers their faces, representing their time being stolen.
Benjamin Briggs was the actual captain of the Mary Celeste. The chronometer was painted to look historically accurate to chronometer dials. The painting was created using various styles of glitter and plastic that was melted into the shape of a ship.
stagehands hold two umbrellas, which when aligned next to the main fabric, it creates one continuous scene. During our set change, we lift up the fabric, switch sides, and turn it so that it reveals the karaoke scene. The karaoke letters and a fabric showing a stage background falls down to reveal the entire karaoke scene.
The supervillain costume is comprised of various recycled materials. This includes paint chips, computer parts, toy parts, and old jewelry. The cape was designed like a backpack using plywood, old belts, and cardboard.
The villain character's pants feature water bottle caps painted to look like clocks and beads that connect to make the shape of a DNA helix. The villain character's shirt showcases the many clocks that he has collected by stealing people's time. Each clock is made out of various different materials to represent the personalities of the peoples whose time was stolen. There are also Velcro straps to hold the clocks that our villain character steals from the sailors in our physical representation. The supervillain collar is an accessory to the costume and is made out of headphones and plastic forks. Each fork was melted down at the tip to create the shape of a clock hand. The supervillain hat has even more clocks that showcase the time stolen by our villain.
One of the unique clocks on the supervillain costume is the clock made out of string art. And I had to draw a ship design and use these tiny little tack nails to hammer in the design. Then I went in with different colored string yarns and made the design. This took me a total of 4 hours to do.
The clock behind the cape is made with an old hand fan. The second hand makes a ticking noise when it hits the stopper, also due to the dynamic friction and the elasticity with the pipe cleaner. An after-image effect is created with the minute hand and the hour hand pointing them at 9:13.
Up into the top of the hat, and when it came the time, the princess would pull out the sign mechanism.
This is made out of PVC pipe. It can come apart easily, and also at one part of the staff, wet fabric will come out. Pipe is designed with electrical tapes, glues, and leather to create the steampunk look that fits with the villain's costume.
The red heron is a mechanical puppet made to present the red heron. The heron has three primarily moving parts: the lever, the wings, and the beak. All three parts move in unison in order to better mimic kookaburras singing clocks. The heron was originally just a broken umbrella. I fixed two of the broken umbrella ribs by connecting it back to the slider, which serves as the wings of the bird. One of the broken umbrella ribs was also used to attach the lever to the slider. I then created a support truss under the bird to hold the lever, with one of the joints serving as a fulcrum for the lever. I designed the fulcrum to be able to move up, so it's a moving fulcrum. So the lever pushes the slider further when folded. The rubber bands pull the slider back. The wings were originally able to move horizontally with the two original joints connected to the umbrella, but it failed to move the wings up and down. So thus I created a third attachment point in the middle here, so that the wings move vertically as well to better imitate the flapping of bird wings. I made the red heron's mouth with an origami bird beak. It opens with the help of a rubber band, and it closes with the help of the string. The string is then connected to a slider, which then, when pulled back, tightens the beak shut. The frame of the head was actually made with a hanger that I folded and bent, which I then angled to serve as a fulcrum when the beak opens. It took dozens and dozens of reiterations and beaks and having to re-angle the frame in order for the beak to open at a natural angle. The bird also has electrical components. Since the heron glows redder the more it lies. The eyes were finger lights, which I rewired to go bright enough so it can shine through paper. The bird's heart is always on during the skit as well, here. And when the heron tells the red herring to the princess, its wings glows up. And finally, when the heron pretends to be the host for karaoke night, its bow tie lights up. Overall, I treated the heron as my second senior year engineering project, and accounting for all the reiteration and reworking, the heron probably took me around 200 hours to make.
Red soles of shoes were used to represent the souls the supervillain takes. All 50 uses of the color red were purposeful. Did you see them all? Red relates back to the crew's time being taken. This is why most of the red is on the supervillain costume, but also in some of the clues and setting. This red contrasts the colors used for the princess and her guard. The princess used the golden way she sees the world to solve the mystery and what happened to the crew. Her knowledge of fairy tales helps her understand that Arlogio's magic has stolen people's time, but time is so valuable you should not waste it trying to get more when you are not using what you already have.